the whole plan.
That's kind of what you are now.
That's what I'm doing. That's what. Oh, hey, we're live. In
Oh, hey.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are all having a good time tonight.
Hello.
He muted me. Unbelievable.
I didn't do that. I did no
Yes,
such
you
thing.
did.
You
It
ain't
was a
never
little too late for
Junior.
that.
I can't believe he muted me like that.
Aluminium you'd.
Aluminium. Man,
Gab,
Aluminium.
can you call your fiance, boyfriend, whatever he is, and tell him to say aluminum and record it and send it to me, please?
Yeah,
That's a true story. No,
Yeah.
aluminum.
aluminum.
Tell him to say aluminum and then
Yeah.
send it to me.
To see if he's like
No.
switched
Don't
over
say
to
anything, Joe.
Oh, sorry.
Just golly, you got to implant that. We want to just get the real thing.
I will tell you, I caught him almost one time with going from
Hello.
Texas to that. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Sandy. Hey, Eden, come downstairs. I need some water.
Hi,
Okay.
Sandy.
Look, my daughter did this. That's why she wants to know. Look. So you remember that was her original?
That's her
photo
original.
for-
Yep. Uh huh.
Yeah. And so
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I see that. Heart.
Yo.
Does that say heart apple? Am I
it
reading
says, yeah.
that? Oh, okay.
It says over there. It says, I got bored.
I got bored.
Or yeah, I got bored. So that's what she kept doing.
Oh, she got bored. She got bored.
Yeah. But she's fascinated with lips right now. Lips and animals. So I have a friend who draws incredibly well, and so I'm trying to see if she'll teach her. Eden saw her drawings today and was like, she was looking at those and she was all like,
She's like, I have to learn
Like,
this.
my turn.
She was like, I'm interested in her work now, Daddy. I was like, great. So Noemi, if you hear me, I'm gonna be reaching out to you here soon.
Very soon. Very soon.
soon.
Very soon.
So
Okay.
how was your day, Gabby?
Oh, it was actually really good. It was busy, but I mean, it's everything right now. I'm kind of always am busy, but it was good. I woke up late, so that was a great start to the day.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Hey,
It's
Joe
fine.
lives off of starting late every day. It's not really late for him.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I made a big oopsie today, but I mean, I let. Yeah,
So
so
tell
of
us the
course,
big oopsie.
with what I do, of course, I'm on the phone all the time. I'm a receptionist in a clinic, and so
Mhm.
I was being professional. I was busy. I was trying to keep it, quick and simple. I was saying my yes sirs, no sirs, being profesh, and then turns out I was talking to a lady, and so that didn't
I don't
end very
understand.
well for me.
What did
She
I
was
miss?
she was saying yes sir, no sir.
Oh
she was
gosh.
talking
Yeah,
to-
I do the same thing when I go to the drive-through sometimes, and I'll be like, "Yes, ma'am. No, sir," and they'll always be like, "I'm a ma'am." I'm like,
I'm a man.
"Oh, ma'am."
Well,
Oh
this
ma'am,
lady
a
just
ma'am.
went
Yeah.
with it.
What do you do,
Oh,
Gabs?
man.
Like, what do you do?
Did you like I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or do you just keep
Well,
like
I
just kind of
didn't
pass through
realize
it?
it until I had already hung up. And I was like, I told the girls, I was like, y'all, I just messed up. They're like, what? They thought, the worst thing. They're like, oh my God, you charged someone something wrong. And I was like, no,
Please.
I said, sir.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So that was an
It was
awesome day then, huh?
terrible.
Hey, Gabs.
Yeah, hey, but my day was made because Joe changed his profile picture.
Yes.
Oh, I know, right? He got rid of the creepiness and got the good one on.
And that's a
I
nice
was so
transition there, Gabs. That was a nice transition. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and change my profile picture to the one that everyone voted for, except me.
So did you just not want us to be mean to you anymore, or were you like, you know what, I like it?
No.
Were you appeasing the masses?
Right. It's a temporary change, but just to kind of please the masses, because it's fine. Y'all helped. Y'all helped pick them, so those are the ones. Those are the
Mm.
ones.
You know what? I'm glad you did this while Sammy wasn't here because if she was, she'd be getting on you, and then I would be getting on that train next, and I'm gonna be like,
Mm,
okay, we'll just let it go.
yeah, and
She
then I would just
would.
leave. I would just leave. Because I don't have to sit here and take that. Because it's because I can do that. I can do that.
He's just gonna leave the show five
I can,
minutes
yeah,
in. It's
exactly.
fine.
I'll do that.
Right? Like he would really do that. Like he would really do that.
Exactly.
So my days, speaking of just my thing, my profile pic, I had a pretty good day today. So I got to work and I did some work and I had a meeting and that went really well. Then I had another meeting and I didn't get the news that I wanted to hear on that meeting, but it was okay. But I also got a message here and I wanted to share that message.
Share it, Joe.
Hold up just a second. I'm gonna let me get on my
To the
screen
moon,
here.
Joe. I don't get that one. You have to
To the
explain that
moon.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right here. So I got this.
What a
So,
cutie
yeah,
pie.
I'm
Look
not
at
sure who
her.
this is. And then I looked at that one and I was like,
Hey, my
who are
great food was
these?
cute.
And then look at someone how fabulous they
Whoa.
are. Oh
That's
my
feisty.
goodness. Feisty, feisty.
Whoa.
And then
Man.
look at that. She's eating her
Mira los
veggies.
trompas.
Oh man, that's one of my natural habitat.
And
Oh, look
there
at
she's
her.
swimming in the pool and
Those are so
everything.
cute.
And then yeah, and there's
Aww.
so Gabby, that was really that was very nice of your mom to send them to me.
Oh, Mama, you did
I'll have to
good.
look her later.
Right. But if you notice, so this is Gab's now,
Uh-huh.
and this is Gab's. I mean, this is Gab's now. Look at that. So
Oh.
she's one of my faves, and she always look at her hair. And then I made her turn purple and blue.
Indigo.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Indigo. Yeah.
She looks
So,
spicy.
yep. So we've had
Did
some
you say
good shoots
feisty
together.
or
So.
spicy?
She looks spicy.
Spicy. So, yeah. So that was how my day went. It was good. I thought it was really cool that I got that message. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's what Sandy said too. And then look at Mama.
Number one
Aw.
fan right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
So if you need to be mad at anyone, it's your mom. So I just want to let you know that. So,
She's like, how can I be mad at her? Look at that.
right.
You had a cute baby, Dolores,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
She birthed me, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I attempted to take a nap today. It was like 15 minutes, and then I got a phone call that somebody needed help. So, but yeah,
It's unfortunate, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
the way it
unfortunate.
is.
sad.
How was your day, Mr. Pineapples?
It's pretty good. I wanted to. I'm going to throw something in the comments, guys, if you could take a look at when you get a chance. But I wanted to share this. So I'm going to read you the story. I just wanted to kind of. There's a friend of mine. Anyway, I'll just read this. Okay, let me share it too, if y'all don't mind. Boom. All right.
Boom.
So we're doing a GoFundMe because there's a friend of mine. Her son was in a car accident.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so, yeah, here I'll read it. It
Wow.
just says, hello, my name is Kitsy Cribbs, and I am a close friend of the Payne family who I've known for several years. I met Daryl when he was 9 years old, and he was his mentor through Big Brothers Big Sisters. When I heard about his vehicle accident a few weeks ago, I was very concerned, upset, and wanted to be there for him in a way that would support his family given his current circumstances. This is the least I can do to help the Payne family with medical expenses for Daryl. On 6/30/2020, Daryl and his fiancee were involved in a vehicle accident while traveling home from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
He lost control of his truck, which flipped a few times before coming to rest. Daryl was transported to St. Louis University Hospital, where he stayed for a few weeks. He has since been moved to a rehabilitation facility in St. Louis. There, he will receive physical and occupational therapy. Daryl is currently in a wheelchair. He has to relearn how to walk. Daryl has a long road ahead and will be out of work for several months. Please keep him in your prayers, and if you're able to donate towards his medical expenses, it would be a great help to the family during these challenging times. The money raised will go directly to his mother, Vanessa, and sister, Alicia Payne, who are responsible for coordinating his care. Thank you, and God bless Kitsy. So yeah, guys, I thought, man, what's the use of having a show sometimes if you can't help out some friends who have family members who need a little help, and why not? And so, yeah, I'm put that in the comments section. If you have a time, if you can just go in and donate whatever's on your heart, please do. And I hope that Daryl has a
Fast, speedy recovery.
yeah, thank you. Speedy recovery. It's always challenging when you read these kind of stories. You kind of wonder, how do you say the right thing, right? And I'm definitely a believer. It's like, I don't know that there's really any way to say the right thing anytime, as long as you share that with people that you care about them when they're going through that. I think that's kind of what is better translated across. So not necessarily the words that get said, but that you care. So anyway,
Yeah,
hope
just let them
that
know they're not alone.
yeah, totally.
Yep. Hey, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Who do we have on the show?
Guys, I'm really excited about tonight. Look, I've got a lot of questions for these guys, but we got a couple of brothers coming on tonight, and they run a production company. So a legit production company where we're talking about like commercials, music videos, photography, cameras. I mean, the whole lights, camera, action idea that you could think of with these guys. That's what they're coming on and talk about tonight.
So
and
you think they use more than just their iPhones?
They're probably like iPhones are probably not even on them. Okay.
Oh.
If they need an extra, I'll sign up.
Okay.
So they're already going to have someone here who's willing. But if you guys can all help me out, we're going to welcome Jacob and Ross Hamil of Hamil Brothers
Studios.
to the show. Studio. Oh, sorry. Hamil Brothers Studios. Thank you.
Nice. Hey guys.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well.
Up past our bedtimes.
We get that sometimes. We get that.
I don't know why people keep saying that.
Yeah, well, it's no more the stay up late and be creative all night. It's the be in bed by 9 and be creative the next day,
Well,
hopefully.
I did that back in November, and I'm still tired.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on tonight and definitely, giving. That's how I say it, is kind of denying yourself and giving to everyone here, because we are interested in what you guys do. So,
Excellent.
with that said, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves first? Let's start with Ross.
Okay. Well, I don't know how old I am.
35.
Doesn't really matter. Shut up.
Oh.
But
25.
no, I'm a happily
25.
married man with 2 kids. I have an 8-year-old and a soon-to-be 16-year-old. She turns 16 in like 24 days.
Wow.
Can't be.
No.
Can't be.
So that, I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's
It's
life. So I started doing video back in high school and got kind of not really burned out, but I exceeded what I could do with the technology that was available to me. And so I kind of dropped out until I guess 2010, 2011, and technology became more available and cheaper. Mm-hmm. And then just kind of launched. I quit my day job actually and started doing this full time.
Wow. What was the day job?
Day job, I was delivering auto parts. So my granddad, actually my great granddad, started a company here in Lubbock called Rigney Auto Parts back in 1929, I believe. Mm-hmm. And they were downtown up until the day they closed. They had a few different locations, but my great granddad passed on to my granddad, who passed it on to my uncle. And at that point I was delivering parts and kind of doing a little bit of IT and helping them keep all 3 computers and a typewriter all on the same page.
Nice.
Yeah.
Typewriters. Gabby, you know what a typewriter is?
Gabs,
I do.
Yeah.
It's a hipster item now. So
I was born in the wrong decade, guys.
They're coming back.
They're coming back, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the clickety-clack keyboards. Clickety-clack.
Yeah.
And Jacob, tell us about you.
So I'm 27, not married, no kids. I am a full-time working workaholic, I guess. And I guess I joined Ross back in 2012. So just to dispel any rumors, we do not do weddings. We started out doing weddings. Don't do weddings. It's just not our thing. You could pay us to do a wedding, but probably in this market, nobody would want to. So
right.
we
That's
do.
How I am.
Right.
Well, I mean, get it.
I think the biggest wedding I ever worked on, I assisted on in Midland, is a $6.5 million wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like they can actually afford this, but like here,
You're like,
it
now
just
I'm going to
doesn't
actually have to
really-
work.
yeah, it just is not our thing. And so we started doing weddings and then got into commercial. Our commercial clients usually pay better. There's better parameters. It's not always run and gun, never knowing what's going to happen next.
Well,
Bridezillas.
If you miss a moment at a wedding, they will kill you.
Yeah.
If you miss a moment on a commercial,
you just cut and reshoot.
Yeah. Do another take. So it's
Exactly. That's how exactly I feel. I'm like, there's no pressure.
Right.
Or low pressure.
We've caught some great moments at weddings, but man, the pressure is just. I guess it's just choosing what kind of pressure you want. I'd rather have a client on set that's just watching everything and like I can do this, and being able to go through that than like we did a wedding once years ago where the photographer just didn't like us because that's a thing that happens in weddings, and so they would tell the photographer, "Hey, we're gonna go do the first look." Well, the photographer would specifically not tell us, and so they would be like, "Where were you guys?" And we were like, we didn't know anything was going on. Well, you should have known. We told the photographer, and I was like, "Yeah, it's funny that you keep telling them stuff and never tell us." So.
Well, it's just a pressure that's draining, and when we're on set with our commercial promotional stuff, that pressure is like it's exciting.
I love doing. And we've done really cool stuff. We've worked for at this point we've done work for Facebook proper, Pennzoil, the Shell family of companies, which is Pennzoil, Quaker State, Jiffy Lube. V Power Nitro, AutoNation, which is a big, I guess they're a big dealership.
They're a dealership conglomerate.
Yeah, so some bigger name clients, and then like we do a lot of local stuff. We've done stuff for Brink Fleet, which is a small, little, tiny dealership here, really.
But we're actually we've been working with Germ Blast here in town lately, which
can't imagine how busy they are.
They are, but like I was kind of I didn't know what to expect when we first were going in to meet with them. I didn't know if we were gonna have to go into like a decontamination chamber or
all that PPE all day.
Right. Yeah, but it's really they're really relaxed. They really have it under control, and I'm like we shot with their CEO for a podcast for the Lubbock Economic Development Alliance. And then just got approval for a new video with them today, and they've been great to work with. So really love those guys.
So congratulations, way to go!
So,
thank you.
Just for y'all's kind of edification, what Germ Blast does is they are a mass sanitation disinfection company, but they've been doing this for years. So they service schools, churches, hospitals, big corporate buildings. So
they were primed and ready when
when
all started going down. Everything came a calling. But
you know why they're needed, Sandy, right? Sandy's watching. You know why this kind of company would be needed for. Sandy's our resident true crime enthusiast. So
Sandy's like, I know what they're really doing.
If they start to do, if you're thinking about murder, keep them in mind.
I probably go and serve.
We were trying to beat around the bush there, but you went ahead and straight and just.
We don't dip our toes in the water. We trip and fall in face first.
Yeah.
But, one of the other big clients we have coming up is Lubbock County.
Yes,
and Gabs, you mentioned wanting to be an extra. We have a need for extras on Saturday, so we have a job with.
Yeah, I'm in that job. I'm just curious, because
she's committed. Sorry, she's committed to another thing.
Is it you, Joe?
And he said that.
I mean, Joe, do you want to be an extra too? Like,
actually, we could use Joe as an extra too.
Right? Exactly.
We could use all the bodies, but they've given us some. I'll put it this way: they've given us a lot of creative freedom to do something with this educational piece. I can tell you what it's for. They have a wait from home, so you don't have to go up to the tax assessor's office and wait for 3 hours to get your car registered. You can actually do that from home, like get signed up, and they'll tell you when to get there. And then when you get there, you just go get it done. So you can actually take care of other things. And we're doing a promotion.
If you need me, I'm free after 4.
We'll be done by then.
I am praying we're done by 4.
But yeah, it's a promotional piece that is it's going to be like extremely fun and extremely goofy.
Yeah.
And they're excited to do it. We're excited to do it.
Yeah.
So
Guys, Amber's on and she says, "Ooh, how extra are the extras allowed to be?"
Right?
Not extraneously extra.
Gabs are out.
Our
As long as they can take direction, we'll take them.
if I'll put it like this, if you can act like a Shakespearean thespian, then this is perfect.
That's Joe.
Ooh.
That's so Joe. He can
That's-
totally do that.
You got
He can
Shakespeare
totally
written all over.
To
Yeah.
be
make it
or
make it.
not to be? That is the question.
See, Joe, just so you can be an extra, I'll take over for you on Saturday.
Probably,
You go be a star.
Okay, yes, we'll do that. We'll switch.
Perfect.
Yeah, just set it
Got
on
you.
auto. That's how all you photographers shoot, right?
Right, yeah, we
They just
exactly.
get their phone,
It's
their
it's
iPhone,
barely
and they
the
just
camera.
click, and go.
It's the camera.
Like
Have you-
this. I just do
have-
like this.
Joe, have you seen that shirt? The one that's like everybody's a photographer until manual.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's one of my
Oh, yeah.
favorites.
That is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, if we would have known about that, Gabs, I may not
I
have.
know.
But but there's
Well,
other commercials, and now
yeah,
you
there-
have.
Yes.
Now we have
There's
always other
contacts.
things.
Carrie's saying they should
Yeah.
call Raven Black. Raven, if you're watching, you should chime in and just be like, "Okay, maybe you're available."
Get us contact
There you go.
information.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll take it and see if we can put you to work.
Yeah,
Right.
like this is Joe's actual thespian monologue.
To
To
nap.
nap or nap to nap.
Yeah,
That is the
right.
question.
Yeah. So
Yes.
do y'all take naps? Let me ask you that. Do you guys take naps? Because I'm a big proponent of naps.
He is.
So
he
there,
is.
there are days that I will be just pounding away at the keyboard, mostly with like visual effects or, really heavy audio post stuff. And I'll look over and Jacob's screens are dark and I'll look down on the floor and he's just laying there either face down or he's just not there. And I'll go upstairs and he will be on the couch with a couple of dogs on top of him.
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling generous, I don't hit him with the hardest pillow I can find.
Yeah.
But normally, if I'm working that hard, I'm not feeling terribly generous.
Nice.
So
But I will take the occasional nap.
yeah, I love naps. It just kind of depends on what we're doing at work. And I mean, we've done stuff where we're doing 3 or 4 18-hour shoot days in a row, and it's just you just got to take time to recover. And so I will nap on weekends and stuff, or sleep as much as possible. But it's weird if we have the work. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need a nap. I'm great. I
Right.
can do it. I can keep going until like 5 or so, and then. But if it's like we're sitting here and I'm like, okay, I wrote like 4 blog posts today, and I hate writing blog posts, but somebody's got to do them so our website stays current.
Right.
Ugh,
Oh,
I
I
need
don't
a
do that.
nap.
Yeah. So we got a question here, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask it, but we're gonna have to digress a little bit. And so the question is, how is it working with your brother every day? This comes from Sandy. But before you answer that,
Mm-hmm.
you told us who some of your clients have been, who you've worked for and stuff.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you guys do, so that everyone just kind of is on the same field?
Okay. So what we do is I consider us a turnkey solution for video product. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we have a client come to us. Let's take the county, for example, and they say, hey, we want to do a promotional video showing people and encouraging them to use our Wait from Home system because, right now we have limited capacity. We're having to turn people away if there's too many people waiting. And we understand that nobody wants to wait all day in our office. So that helps us because by the time they get to us, they're not cranky if they weren't here for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will give us some ideas, what pain points that we're helping eliminate and, their solutions, what their, some of the pain that their clients are feeling and what they're trying to help eliminate. And so we'll take that information and we'll put together an idea and present that. Hey, do you like the direction this is going? Oh yeah, that's great. And then, so from there, we'll write a script. We'll schedule out a production for it. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's a, if it's a nonprofit, it'll be more of a tearjerker kind of avenue. But we piece together, A roll, B roll. If we need acting, we get actors. And then from there, once we're done with the shoot, we take it all back to the studio, we color it, we edit it, we do sound, and we finish it. And one of the big things that we've done recently is a lot of visual effects work, which people call CGI. But like we just recently did work on a sci-fi film for a director friend of ours out of California, and our job was screen replacements. So he designed all the HUD elements, so all the stuff that you see on the screen, and then it was my job to cut the screen out of the console and add that in. And it sounds easy enough until the console's like over here off the screen, and the actress grabs it and like whips it around in front of her. And I had to track that whole thing in and make sure that the screen has motion blur, which you get that, Joe.
Right.
You get the motion blur. Well, if you don't have that enabled, then everything in the scene that was shot has motion blur, but that doesn't, and it looks terrible.
So you're like having to match up that stuff. Yeah. So you guys use After Effects, or is it more?
Yes, okay. Mostly After Effects to do all of that. I've actually become friends with a gentleman with Red Giant. They're an After Effects software company, and he's worked on some small movies like Mission Impossible, Star Wars. If you saw Sin City, he made Sin City look like Sin City. Yeah. And
really, the bar type filter, what do you want to call that?
Yeah. So he specifically did it's a color process and a visual effects process that makes it look like a comic book. That he's the reason that Frank Miller signed off on it and allowed it to happen, basically.
Yeah, so we got to meet him a couple of years ago in Vegas and connected that way, and we've just kept in touch. And so when he's, if I'm having trouble with the software that he's helped design, I can reach out to him. But like that, he is like the nerdiest of nerdy nerds.
Yeah,
when it comes to this stuff, and like if it weren't for him and the products that he had developed. And mostly in After Effects, like a lot of people don't know this, but he worked on the first Men in Black, and there's a shot where Agent J and Agent K are there with Rip Torn, and they're looking at this big display that has, I think, Sylvester Stallone and Michael Jackson.
All these movies on it. Yeah.
And that entire heads-up display was built and composited in After Effects, and that was one of the very first things that they used After Effects for in a feature film.
Wow.
So it's called the Rebel Mac Unit. Yeah, Industrial Light and Magic.
That's so funny that you say that, because I just watched that movie the other night.
So you know exactly what scene I'm talking about.
Well, we called Amazon and said, "What has Joe been watching recently?" And they were like, "For a price, we can tell you." We said, "We have no money." And they're like, "That's okay.
We will deliver what he's watching right to your inbox."
Right. Dang it!
All right, so
hide all my cameras.
So that's a lot. Now questions are pouring in, and I want to make sure we get to them all.
Right.
Because you guys, I mean, it's interesting stuff. So where was it at?
I think it was. Do you work? I was working with your brother.
Working with your brother.
Siblings.
Yeah.
Yes. Joe, I don't know if I can't find it. Yes.
There?
So yeah, that was the last question we got. So it is the best of the worst of the best of the worst.
Yeah.
We love hating each other and we hate loving each other.
Yeah.
But like we have 5 years ago, we both went through a process or a training in DFW called Pathways that really taught it's emotional detox and emotional core training. And like once after going through that, we've learned how to deal with each other. Yeah. And like there are times we had a spat earlier today. He was writing up a document and I was like, I don't think that's ready to be written up yet. But it was just, I was in a bad mood from some other stuff that had happened this morning. And like we've had some pretty big blowout fights, but like once
yelling fights, not fist fights. He wins in fist fights. I learned that when I was a kid.
Yeah. but like once we settle down, it's a lot of times we're not even mad at each other. We've got we've dealt with clients who are completely unreasonable and illogical, and a lot of times they drive us to that, but we can't take it out on them. So we take it out on the closest target. Yeah, and so that, once we, after we had a really big one a few years ago, like 2 years ago, and we, after stepping back, if we cooled off, and it was like, man, we're not even mad at each other, dude.
We're arguing about we literally have the same point.
Yeah, that
in
was
this argument. We're saying the same thing.
We're on the same side. We just can't punch
you're
anybody
right.
else.
So am I. So
Yeah.
but, you are too.
but that was a huge eye opener, because we realized that it is easy for us to pick each other out as a target when we're mad about something, even if we're not mad with each other. Yeah. And then the other thing that's been a huge growing point for us, and I don't know that a lot of siblings or husband-wife couples can even get away with working together, because we call each other out on hey, dude,
That's good.
You're being kind of pissy today. I don't know what's going on, but like, honestly, we've got this to get done. Is this helping anything?
Right.
And he's really good about taking constructive criticism, and that it's not the hey, so I was thinking, it's the hey, man, I got to be real with you for a second. I think you're doing something really dumb, and I'm not telling you this just to beat you up. I'm telling you this because I think this has, like, you're heading down a road that could cause a lot of problems.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Yeah.
And so that has been how our working relationship has developed.
Yeah.
So to answer how is it working with your brother every day, it has its ups and its downs, but we know how to work through it, and we know how to get past boiling points.
Yeah. I would say on the sorry. But I was just going to say on
okay, pineapple goes first.
Yeah. We'll let the pineapples go. And
No. Ross, I wanted to get you to input, but I also wanted to ask the second question to see if it kind of related with the first question.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if not, kind of get your perspective on this part too. Wait, that's not it.
That's not it.
The comments come in, and it's okay. Here we go. It says, Amber saying, I work with my brother. How do y'all's personalities work together? What gets y'all going the most about each other? So again, I don't know if this connects to the other one, but if you could
that's right where I was going with it.
Okay,
so,
cool.
With Ross, we have a almost to this point non-verbal communication that happens on set. Like, it freaks people out. One, we will actually say the same words at the same times in the same pace and the same tone, and then also made up words that we've never said to each other and say them at the same time. It's kind of creepy.
Ventriloquizing.
But, that was
Ventriloquizing.
We said ventriloquizing at the same time because we had a guy who was we were in this cool car gallery that used to be in Dallas, now it's in Albuquerque. And this guy, I swear he was on the other side of the room. He's like way over there. And then he like shows up right here. We're like, dude,
right behind us.
I was like, I just heard you. Were you ventriloquizing at the same time? I've never said that word before, but it's just kind of how
I don't know that it's even a real word.
I don't think it is. But
contacted Webster, but they don't.
Yeah. So in that vein, like, there is a whole level of, we've worked together for so long that I know how to anticipate what he needs on set. He knows how to anticipate what I need on set. And we have that going here. And so there's a lot of times that it's like, hey, can you get that? Yeah, I got that. Okay. And also, yes, I've got that too. And you didn't ask me about this, but you're going to want it too. So it's just like that kind of relationship. We actually have this weird thing where we both see opposites, like in framing, like framing a shot.
When we're
visualizing, it's like he'll see him on the right, I'll see him on the left. It's totally weird. But besides that,
every time,
and it's every time. And now we guess each other, like, you were seeing it on the other side, weren't you? But it really, it's nice because we have this whole communication. We work really, really well together, and it's taken us a couple of years, but we figured out whose strengths are whose and who doesn't, like whose weaknesses are whose. So like for Ross, he's really good at sound, visual effects, and doing color work. Whereas I'm more graphics oriented. I do a lot of like motion graphics and styling and stuff like that, and design and like I run all of our social media stuff. He runs all the admin stuff, which gets us paid usually because that's sending out billing.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
important.
good at
he's
that,
not,
though.
yeah, well, but he takes it on and manages to do it. And so it's
So
just
y'all are
like,
really a two-man show then,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
there's
Absolutely.
usually
Okay.
two of us, but on bigger projects, we will subcontract more boots on the ground, depending on, like, every once in a while we'll get asked about aerial photography. There's a great aerial guy here. His name's Sean Lamb with West Texas Aerials. He's the only guy that will call anywhere close to here. Sometimes we need, we'll have to get like
Joe's working on that, by the way.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
Mavic Mini, so
Yeah.
I think it shoots 2K, so it's
You never know. Sean, I think, is shooting what, 5K?
I've almost hit a couple of trees, so
Oh, he's got 5K, Joe.
Well, he's got a DJI Inspire too with all the bits and bobs and stuff. I mean,
oh yeah,
he gets contracted like weekly to go shoot oil rigs and stuff like that. That's mostly what he does, but usually we can get a hold of him. But sometimes we'll need a boots on the ground sound guy that's like the boom operator that everybody knows, like
Yeah.
the Pink Shorts guy from the original
can do
Star
that.
Wars. So our friend Scott has done it for like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, big stuff in Dallas, and so typically if we need a boom operator, we'll call Scott in to do that. It just kind of, when you get into the real movie business, everybody does one thing. So like you have a gaffer, all he does is lighting. That's literally all he does. You have a focus puller, and that's all he does. He pulls focus on set. He doesn't touch anything else. You have your camera operators. There's a
Guys,
whole.
What is a key grip? What is a key grip?
So
Yeah,
key grip is actually the head of the grip department, and when it comes to that, like I've got this stand right here. So this is a baby C stand, or as they
Okay.
call him, a Gary Coleman, because it's really short. And so basically, grip is how they attach and mount lighting on a film set, or they do big diffusion rags, or they're mounting cameras in crazy ways like camera cars and stuff like that. So a key grip is the head of that department. So typically he takes all of his grips and says, okay, I need you guys to do this. I need you guys to rig this 12 by overhead. I need you to get this butterfly up. And
So it's all related to lighting, though.
yes. So basically that's all production. So there's really
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is a 40-year question that I've always just been like, what
No,
is
no,
the
I
grip?
only
here's
had it since Tropic
the-
Thunder came out, and he makes the key grip punch the director right in the face.
Oh.
So I want to know what a best boy does, because there's only one best boy. I'm like, why is there only one best
So-
boy?
So that's
We'll
the
get
one
to all y'all's
department-
questions later, promise.
Yes. So,
No, we don't promise that. We're not.
so when
promising.
it comes to film, there's three departments. There's grip, camera, and electric. So camera team, and when it comes to actual film sets, you have unions. And like camera team, if you're on the camera union, you cannot touch a C stand. You cannot turn on a light. You can't adjust anything. You're not allowed to touch any of it because your
Wow.
union, like you're breaking union rules if you
Yeah.
do. So conversely, if you're an electric union, you're turning on the lights and making sure that all the power is distributed throughout the set evenly. I don't know the actual like what a best boy does, because there's a lot of set things that are so huge. Like probably our biggest sets had like crew wise 20 maybe 25 people on it, maybe more. That it was the Hurlbutt thing in Dallas.
Yeah.
So maybe, but this was like a teaching opportunity. It was a tour where it was
Mhm.
teaching about lighting for movies from the guy who shot Terminator Salvation.
Okay.
and
Okay. I got it. So the best boys are the assistant to their department heads.
Okay. So basically the key grip, best boy best boy grip is the key grip's right, his
His
right hand.
assistant.
And then I guess the gaffer is electric. I can't remember. Electric's the one. I went and did a workshop in LA, and they did a whole section on electric and like distributing power from generators and how to use a set in like all the different breakout boxes and stuff. And it went because I'm like, I really have to know how to not overdo a 20 amp breaker, because all we get to work with are like house lights. But these guys they tow in generators and all kinds of crazy stuff when it gets the big stuff. So there's a lot of it that I couldn't tell you.
That's why we would hire electric.
Yeah, that's why we would hire out electric. So
Okay, I've got more questions, guys, but
no, you're
I
good.
kind of don't want to give them questions because I want to ask my questions. And I want Joe and Gabby to ask our questions, but because we love you guys who are watching, we will ask for you. Okay, we will deny ourselves because guys, we're thoroughly interested. Just to let you know, we got a side conversation going on here off the show, and we're like, "This is absolutely amazing stuff. Like,
Like,
this is cool." So.
wow.
So
Right.
you know, okay, like our brains are all like, "Oh, whoa." Okay, so
We're
moving
back up
here.
to the self-taught, right?
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
Carrie, she says, "Are y'all self-taught, or did you go to special schooling for your trade?" Joe went to the Apple Genius Bar for his trade, so he wasn't sure about you.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
where you learn to be a photographer,
So
right?
the-
Exactly. I just put it
Not
on
all of
P.
them.
I turn it to P for professional, and I'm
Just
good.
saying.
Did was the rest.
Yeah,
And it's
He said,
everything
"Kidding."
else. The camera does everything else. I don't have to do anything.
So the answer, the short answer to that is yes. Like we were very self-taught. I started in high school with like a Hi8 video camera and a karaoke machine running into a VCR. That's how I edited everything. The karaoke machine was so I could add voiceovers and music because it was either that or play a radio and it would sound like crap.
Yeah.
It still sounded like
Creative
crap.
ways to karaoke.
less like crap.
It was less crap. So that's how I started, and then this wonderful program came to my attention called Pinnacle Studio.
Oh.
They've since been purchased by Avid, which is one of the big players. But like I convinced my parents to beef up their computer. I bought 120 gig hard drive.
Whoa,
That's
120
whopping.
gig.
Dude, this is like 2001.
Firewire. Yeah, and a
Yeah.
2000. Yeah,
Oh,
a Fire-
Firewire too? Oh my
I had
goodness.
a Firewire card,
Wow.
and we got a digital camcorder so I could connect Firewire to my computer, and the computer would capture the video in real time. And I wouldn't even call it standard definition; it was just definition at that point.
It was
But I mean business.
Like every 5 minutes was 1 gig, and that's how I learned nonlinear editing, which is when you're going back and forth with a VCR, you're stuck with what you end up with.
That's when you're
Yeah.
editing.
And
Reel to reel.
this is this allowed me to cut stuff and move it around. And so by the time I graduated high school, I had a Spanish teacher who my sophomore year assigned us a project, and I hated all the ones that I was seeing from the examples because they were boring and dumb and full of inside jokes that nobody got. So I wanted to do something fun and turned it in, got like 115 on that project. And by the time I graduated, I was producing projects for other students. They had to put in the work, but
he was the guy you'd call.
Yeah, the teacher didn't care if I was shooting it or editing
He's like,
it. as
pay
long
up,
as-
buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay up.
And I had coaches sending me home on school days to work on videos for their sports team banquets and stuff like that. So
Wow.
that's
Hey,
when
for
I
the right price.
technically,
Yep.
I technically started my video business at that point. And then in college, I expanded into Pinnacle's upper stuff, which it was called Liquid Edition. And I could get more than one track of video at a time. And so from there, a lot of YouTube. Actually,
University,
at
man.
that point,
YouTube University.
there was,
Mhm.
like I got into After Effects a little bit in 2005. I remember I got, what was it, After Effects 5 or
Yeah,
no,
I
6
think
or 6.5, and I discovered Video Copilot. And so a lot of his tutorials, and at that point there wasn't a YouTube. So
Right.
I was watching his videos. They were hosted on his website, and he did a lot of stuff with Creative Cow. And then, kind of like I said, I kind of fell out of it because the work I wanted to do, I couldn't do with the technology that was
Yeah.
available.
Digital hadn't really come around yet. Like a
Frame-
DSLR thing wasn't.
that was like 2010.
Yes.
And when they added adjustable frame rates
Yeah.
to those, so you get, instead of getting the soap opera look, you get the cinematic movie look.
Right.
Mm.
So once that happened, all bets were off. And of course, at that point, there was YouTube, so I was watching everything I could. Film Riot. I started following a blog called what was it? It was just Shane Hurlbut's the Hurl blog.
Yeah.
And he's a DP, a director of photography out in Hollywood. He shot. Actually, he was the first one to do anything Hollywood with the 5D.
Yeah,
he had a 5D Mark II with
The
a
5D
hacked,
Mark II, right?
hacked firmware, and they shot most of the movie Act of Valor.
Mhm.
On
Oh
that.
wow.
It's on Netflix.
So started following him, and then cameras got better, and we actually ended up meeting him and getting to become pretty good friends with him.
Yeah, I did a couple of
throughout
workshops.
it. A couple of workshops, master classes, and then from there it just kind of exploded for us. We went to his workshop and we did a review. And the company that was hosting the workshop, they're like, well, we liked your review, so do you want to go do one on sound? We can get you in for free and give you all the materials. And we're like, no, okay. So we drove our happy butts to Houston, which was
from Lubbock.
It was,
Nine
anyway,
hours.
So pretty much it was self-taught to a point, and then starting to be mentored by like Hollywood level guys who do this all the time. And sending them work and saying, hey, do you like it? What would you change? And learning to accept positive, constructive criticism from these guys who do it. And they don't beat around the bush. They're like, oh, well, it could be better. They're like, no, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes
Like,
that's what you need.
Right.
You're like, I'm sending you your zip drive back.
but all of that came into a really big culmination. We shot a commercial for an attorney down in Odessa a few months ago, and like his property's really nice, but it's in kind of an uglier part of town. And we had our drone guy.
It's Odessa. All of it's ugly.
It is Odessa.
Start on the side of the building and then back out, and there's like the front of his office kind of faces an alley, and there's just a dumpster there, and it's an eyesore. So I had to find a 3D model of a bush or a shrub, put it in, matched the color, got it tracked in, and sent it to my friend. I sent it to you, but I also sent it to the Sin City guy, and I was like, hey, I used your software. Can you tell me what's fake? And he came back and he was like, I can't tell that you did anything. And I was like, that bush is covering a dumpster. And he was like, dude, that's amazing. So all the hard feedback to get that kind of feedback makes it worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the hard part for creatives to learn.
Texas. And yes, it was Odessa. We grew up in Odessa, actually. Okay. But we tell people we're from Lubbock.
Okay, good. That's good.
Lubbock, Texas?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things for creatives to learn is like you have to learn how to take criticism, constructive criticism, and actually apply it.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't agree with what they say, you can at least see what they were talking about and be able to take it. But if you're a snowflake in the creative world, or if you get your feelings hurt, you're not going to. Your craft is not going to
and
improve.
you won't go anywhere.
Right.
Well, you've got to learn how to deal with producers and directors that are just frankly horrible.
Right.
Like just terrible to you. And it's just like you kind of learn, okay, you got to eat it up, and then you figure out I don't want to work with them again. But we've worked with some not great directors, and then this last film we did is directed by a very good friend of ours. And
what was the name of that film again?
It's called Alone. It's going to be coming out in October, I think.
It's projected for that.
Yeah, projected for October, hopefully. They're releasing it through a YouTube channel. I don't remember what it is, but it's like a sci-fi YouTube channel. And they like most videos of theirs, most films get several million views at a time. So
is it Dust?
It's Dust. Yeah, it's coming out on Dust.
Oh,
yes.
Sweet! That channel.
It'll be coming. Yeah, it'll be coming out on Dust.
All the nerds are rejoicing right now.
Yeah, so it's coming out. I'm glad you remember because I was like, it's a weird name, but yeah. So it will be coming out. Actually, the soundtrack for it released today. I think.
Oh, for real?
Look. Yeah. There's a composer in New York who did it. It was a really cool film. So shot in L.A. But we had teams the sound team was in Seattle. Visual effects was here. Some of us, we were here in Texas. We had New York, I think Florida maybe. It's just like with the advent of the internet, you can build a whole film and
awesome.
create it.
That old thing's still around? That internet thing's still around?
Yes. So, but it was, it's a cool. Yeah. So it will be.
Is it a full
coming to
length
the-
or a short?
It's a short.
It's-
It's
yeah, it's
about
like 60
20.
minutes.
Yes, I think 20 with credits.
Yeah.
I had to
And
read
normally
it.
normally they do shorts, but I know
Yeah.
that they recently had their if not one of their the first full length one they had pretty recently.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
like the? Are you talking about like the Dust anthology? Is that like? Or
Well,
is
not
it,
the anthology, but yeah, it kind of feels like
Okay.
an anthology, Joe. But it's the YouTube channel's Dust, and then they show all the sci-fi shorts
Okay,
on,
right.
like
Yeah.
15,
Mhm.
20-minute, 30-minute movies.
Yeah.
right.
Man, some of these guys, I never knew who shot it or anything or how it worked. I was like, I always just assumed these were like college students. These were like their final projects or something like that, or someone's
Yeah.
passion, project that they put together. But meeting y'all and seeing how that works now, I'm like, okay, so this is legit. Like people have
Yeah.
probably put up money for
And
this and have saved and got backers and
Yeah, so
Jeez.
this film actually pretty much happened as cheap as possible. A lot of the lighting companies donated the lights to it because the director just knows the right people, and that's another industry thing. It is about who you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate. Like, we're actually getting a lens set this weekend that's they run about $6,000 a lens. But
Yeah,
they're
cinema
beautiful.
lenses are
Dude,
nuts.
yeah.
Oh, you want to see something cool, Joe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get it.
Joe, would you spin that on a lens?
Maybe.
hey, Gabby, Jillian's saying hi to you.
Hello, beautiful.
Jillian,
how
that
are you?
picture is legit. Sorry.
Yes.
There you go, Joe.
That is-
Oh,
Wow.
That's an
Holy
85
Oh,
millimeter.
wow.
Good Lord.
that way. So
Joe's like, I
tell
want to
me-
touch it.
Well, Joe, if you want, you shoot on Sony. Sorry, bro.
I do shoot on Sony.
It's a Canon
Hey,
Y'all
EF.
should-
what-
Y'all should be
what's
excited about the new
You-
Sony A7S3.
You know, stills cameras just aren't even really a thing for us anymore.
Oh, so y'all have got okay.
I mean,
but-
I still I shoot our stills that you see on Instagram all the time. That's all a T3i.
Nice.
I mean, like, I don't need it to be anything great.
Right, right,
Like, the lenses are more important than the sensor to me.
Yeah.
right.
And so,
yeah.
and I don't like Sony color science. I've never liked it for film.
This
and
whole
so-
color science, blah blah blah.
Yeah, right. And also, like, we shoot. I mean, we're completely on Blackmagic cameras for everything that we shoot
Wow.
film wise, and they're making them. They're so affordable. Like a pocket cinema camera, 6K even, that has like a regular Canon EF mount on it is like $2,000
Right.
somewhere in there for the body, which in camera world
In
is
the camera world
literally
is right, exactly.
well, and especially in film world where you have Arri Alexas and Red cinema cameras, and that camera package is $120,000. $2,000 is just not really,
right.
So, yeah. So sometime we'll bring that lens out. It's a 1.5, and
Wow.
it has almost no chromatic aberration. It's beautiful.
That's
So-
awesome.
Wow.
Lonnie made a comment saying, "Love that shirt, Jacob Hamil."
Oh, great. That's our old man. He's somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I see that.
yeah, I just noticed it
Oh, wait,
too.
let me gaff tape this. Real quick.
That's
What is it?
funny.
I can't read what it says
So
from
it
here.
says Hamil Bow Fishing Expedition. So our dad actually does bow fishing charters. So like literally go out on a boat in the middle of the night and shoot fish out of a lake, and it is like
Bow and arrow.
with a bow and arrow. It's like
Oh.
the manliest thing
Yeah.
ever.
That is so
Yeah.
awesome.
The only thing I could think would trump that is, the secondhand lions going dynamiting.
Dynamiting or shotgunning
Right.
fish out of the lake. But yeah,
Or
so
n-
that's what he does.
Or
Haley
noodling.
says,
Oh,
"Hey
nice.
guys,
Hey.
who is that? Was that?
That's Ross's wife.
I was about to say that's
Okay.
nice.
Oh, hey, look, William. Oh, so William Helmuth, he just commented. He said, that's a good shirt. He's the director of Alone. So William is awesome.
So the man himself.
the man himself.
Wow.
Left your comment.
Yes.
But
Nice.
don't
William,
like hold your
have
gas.
my
We don't
people
want
call you, William. Okay,
Okay.
we'll get you on the show.
My
You can
people
look
will
up
call your
alone.
people. We'll be in contact.
William, if you need coffee, I'm there.
So if William's not even cool now, his wife just trumped him. She
Oh.
just got
Oh.
Teen Vogue famous from TikTok. So if you've seen the lady that's doing all of the TikTok videos about Betty's House or whatever, the new Taylor Swift song,
Oh.
just look it up on TikTok. Teen Vogue just did an article about her because she's gone basically viral with doing these TikTok videos.
I'm gonna go be friends with her.
We call William constantly. We're like, bro, just saying, your wife's way cooler.
Right.
Not even trolling, that's just telling the truth.
Yeah,
though.
we just it's the Caesar thing, walking behind him saying, "You're only a man. You're only a man."
Right, exactly.
Caesar, I was thinking,
Oh yeah, no, and then stabbing him in the back. That's the next part.
Wow. That's
Wilhelm
crazy.
Wilhelm, yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. So, guys, what is the future of Hamil Brothers Studios? What do y'all see happening, or where do you see your studio going?
It's an interesting question because I really like where we're at.
Yeah.
I would just like things to be a little bigger and more frequent. So
Yeah.
like we have some potential to do some really big contract work here, and I'm hoping that we can build out our gear kits a little more. And you know how it is. There's always more gear.
There's always something else to buy.
The thing is, like for us, that affords us the opportunities to do more short films, and it doesn't cost us anything out of pocket because we buy all of our equipment. We don't finance anything,
Right.
which has been great because when we all got shut down for a while, we the only thing we had was we were helping a church stream their services for a couple $100 a week. But what wasn't happening? Our equipment wasn't getting taken away.
Right.
We weren't having
That's
to
a
pay.
win.
We weren't having to pay financing bills on this
Yeah.
stuff. So that was as stressful as it was. That was one piece of stress that we didn't have to deal with. So I want to start doing more short films. I really would like for us to get into more. I don't know about us, getting into more visual effects because I've really loved doing that. And William spoiled me.
He is cooler than me.
But William was so easy to work with. He wasn't one of the butthole directors that we were talking about having to deal with. We didn't have to deal with William. We loved working with him, and it really gave me a spark to want to do more. I love blowing stuff up on camera, digitally. And I like
maybe not digitally, maybe for real. You just don't know that.
I would love to have a pyrotechnician on set.
Well, we do know someone who likes to blow up stuff in our viewership. Her husband liked to blow up stuff, so
we can maybe get our connection.
You have their interest.
Yes.
It's not
And
Steven.
she's there in Lubbock.
Yeah, she's in Lubbock, so we
Ross
need to be in.
over there,
Because I think that for 4th of July they blew up a washer or dryer or something like that.
A washer.
Dude, what is more American and more like a trailer park than blowing up a washer? Like, I don't know where they live, but I want to be friends with them, man.
More trailer park trailer power.
Yeah, actually,
that's not
true.
normally on purpose.
And it's usually a meth lab.
Right.
I don't know how we got there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Getting back on track.
We digress.
For us, I think Ross is right. Doing more visual effects stuff, getting to collaborate with more filmmakers that we're like level-headed with and have the same goals is such a big deal to us. Because we've had you just have to jump in and hope that it goes well. And we've done a lot of films that it's like jumped in and it's like, oh, what did we get ourselves into? And then this one, we didn't really have anything to do, so we worked on this film, and it was like, hey, just by the way, want to see if we can add this or do this, and it's just a whole different dynamic. And hopefully they're getting a feature script ready, and if the film does well with Dust and it gets them an opportunity to do a feature, then we'll be on the feature team as well. So they're taking everybody from the short, and then
that's assuming Carrie keeps William's ego in check.
Yeah, that's also true. Maybe that's what they'll get their funding from TikTok. That's where I want to be in. Like, really, that my goal is, even still, and Joe, you'll get this, is like having a consistent paycheck.
Oh yeah,
it sounds crazy, but when you're in this job and come and go, you just never know. And
right.
So I would love to be in that, like, yearly contract kind of thing where we're always creating content for somebody, but know that we're going to be going to have that revenue whenever we need it, and then hopefully extra revenue, and say, hey, we're going to do this film, and we know that we're going to have to buy this, and this, like sets, props, locations, stuff like that, and then being able to just pull the trigger on it.
That'd
That's
be
so
awesome, man.
That's
That would be
awesome.
sick. One of our guests just showed up. She's we haven't seen her in a little while, but she's still around. Raven Black. She
Is
says,
it
"I'm
officially a
officially a legend. Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Join me in shaming their smiling faces."
She doesn't like it when we smile.
She doesn't like seeing teeth, guys.
She
so.
doesn't like happy. She
Okay,
just,
well,
yeah.
we'll fix that.
Yeah.
This is really
Yeah.
hard.
It
But
really
Is this
is.
what Botox is like?
No, it's
Mm.
well, if it goes
Yeah.
wrong, yes.
So,
She couldn't.
so Carrie said,
Oh, there we go.
"Say it with me." And
Tannerite. Oh, I know Tannerite. Yes.
so, hint, guys.
Yeah,
saying earlier.
yeah, she's the one
Yeah.
that likes to
Hey,
blow stuff
Joe,
up.
you know what? I'm not going to shame your teeth. I think they're great. So.
Thanks. It's all right. It's all right. Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, I
Awesome.
want to ask more questions, but we're past our hour mark, and so we have got to sadly go. But before we do,
We have a couple of questions.
we do have a couple things. So, guys, we want to give you time here to kind of give a shout out to plug whatever it is you want to plug. And so we're going to give you the screen.
Who are
Plugging.
those guys? They don't look as good up close. Make them
Yeah.
smaller.
Hideous. So we one of the things we wanted to plug was talking about Alone,
Yeah.
Williams' film that's coming out
And
on
we covered
Dust. So we covered that. So we're going to talk about something cool for a change. And
I hope he's still watching.
I do too.
Oh.
But aside from the video business, we are in a band.
Yep.
We're called Labor 12. It's like hard rock metal.
It kind of dips in metal.
It's kind of like Alter Bridge meets Seven Dust meets Static X
yeah,
ish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
So we had our first show earlier last month to all of 3 people.
Which was awesome.
And but we do have a show on the 15th here in
Yep.
Lubbock out at Prima Vista. It's local Palooza. It's all local bands.
Yep.
To benefit J&B Productions. And then the weekend after that, so somebody thought that we were good enough that we needed a full hour on stage. So
Nice.
Wow, a full
Which is
set.
great. Except for our
Applause to
full
you.
set was 26 minutes, like 2 weeks ago.
But right now we're doing a big push to try to sell merchandise, sell tickets to the shows, because we bought all the merch and then everything got shut down. So
Yeah.
we've been trying to recoup some of that.
If anybody
cost.
wants shirts, they're $20, and I fronted the cost for the shirts. So if we can get those 20 shirts sold, we'll be good.
but we do and I can actually say this: we do have one of the original members and current members of Static X helping us with some of the stuff on the album. Ken J, the drummer, and possibly Koichi, their guitar player, helping us
He's
with
so
some sampling. And then our engineer/producer out in LA, he used to be with Powerman 5000, but he still produces all their records and just did an album for Lacey Sturm, who was the singer for Flyleaf.
Yeah.
I don't know how all this happened.
Yeah, I don't know how
we kind of tripped and fell into a
we
lot of this,
memed
but-
our ways into this.
No.
Ah, dang.
But anyway, so the band is something that we're pushing real hard, and I think we might do a
Live set?
No, social funding thing.
Oh, crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding. That's
Crowdfunding.
the word.
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah,
Crowdsourcing.
crowdfunding for the album. And so,
Nice.
yeah, that's what we're.
So,
what
what's
we're-
the name of the band, real quick, again?
Labor 12. It's XII Roman numerals.
numerals.
It is it's in partial reference to
I'm gonna go get
Okay.
stickers.
keep them busy, distract them.
Yeah, just
Yes.
But no, it's in reference to the Herculean labor.
Oh, the 12 labors. Yes, yes.
With Cerberus. This for me partially being the third third band that I've put together, and then there are a bunch of other references.
Yeah.
Where do
to
we
that.
go to? Where do we send people who want to look up information for Labor 12?
Facebook. As far as I know, we're the only Labor 12 on Facebook. We've got an Instagram. We might have a Twitter.
Shall we
But
look at the Facebook one real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
on our Facebook, the pinned post is the demo of a song called Suffocate. It's going to be our first single. And if you follow that link to SoundCloud, it's a free download. So you can get our tune for free.
Okay. As soon as Joe gets that, we'll put it in the comments so that way everyone, you can go check out their Facebook and get to SoundCloud and download this. I'll download it tonight and listen to it.
Yeah,
It's
we
in
love
the
feedback
comments.
too.
Awesome, Joe.
For sure. Thanks, Joe. You're awesome.
Yeah,
You know, some days I just put it on P, and I'm a professional.
Yeah.
There you go.
Last thing is we actually make really dumb stickers for our business, and Joe knows this. We love memes like more than anything. We're actually internationally famous meme farmers.
We went to Vegas. We went to a video convention or trade show in Vegas, and people didn't give a crap about what we do with videos. They're like, "You're the meme guys," and it's like,
so if this is
You need that on a shirt. There you
so
go.
that's the. Oh wait, there we go.
Oh, no, yeah, it's showing up.
Came for the movies, stayed for the memes.
Yeah, so that's a
I
sticker.
love that.
We had that. So we have a couple of those. If y'all want them, there's not many left, but
Yeah,
y'all can have
we'll
them.
take
Cool.
we'll take them.
All right. That's easy enough.
So one of our co-hosts who's on vacation this week, she did say she wants a shirt. So where would they get a shirt from, Jacob?
you have to reach out to us directly. We don't we haven't reached the point where we have an online store just because we don't have the inventory to support that.
Yeah, but if
but-
you message us on the page, we can get you hooked up.
Okay. So
Or
guys, if you
Instagram. We're on
want a
Instagram. Yeah, if you want a
Yeah.
shirt, Instagram, message us, whatever. We'll get you hooked up.
Yeah, I should have done
and
like a Teespring. That way you don't have to hold inventory, and that way
It was
way cheaper to do.
Yeah, we got the shirt
inventory
for like
$4 a piece.
$4 a
Yeah.
piece.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like Teespring doesn't work for us at shows. You know,
right.
we have to have,
Oh, okay.
You have
That's
to
true.
have-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you want live merchandise. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Awesome. Last question.
I hate to ask it just because it means we got to end the show soon. So. Sorry.
Yeah.
But if I don't answer, you don't have to end.
I guess. I like the way you
Modern
think.
problems require modern solutions.
Yeah, they do, Dave.
Guys, so with all of our guests, we always ask for a topic for a future episode. And so with that in mind, do you both have a topic for us to cover for a future episode?
That is positive PG-13.
Oh
you,
yeah.
Positive
well,
PG-13.
if my mom can't watch this, I get in trouble. So we're good on that.
So here's something like I always like hearing what people like about movies. You know what movies they love, and not the so what's your favorite movie? Like I don't have a favorite movie, but I have a ton of movies that I love for various reasons. Like I'm wanting to get a sleeve tattoo that's going to be like it's going to have the Terminator. I want the Ghostbusters patch. I want Indiana
Nice.
Dora with the whip. You know those are all movies that were huge for me growing up, and so that, and then we could throw the caveat in there. What do you think about Disney remaking all of their movies?
Don't go there.
You know what? As long as they're not the animal ones. Ooh, the animal ones gross me out, guys. They gross me out to no end. The live action ones I'm okay with, but with the ones where they do the animals, let's not.
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You're
Stop,
calling those
stop.
live action with digital animals. It's not
Ugh,
no human.
It's gross.
It's like Inigo Montoya. I do not think that word means what you think it means.
Inconceivable.
Ugh. Sorry, those. Yeah, went to
Yeah.
go watch Lion King with the kids, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
can't
would.
do it.
I think movies, but like why you love a movie and
Right.
some like deep space, like weird stuff that you know about it. I always love like behind the scene. We love behind the scenes stuff, and we do it too. But just like George Lucas having heart attacks during the first Star Wars because he was way over budget and way underproducing. There's some of those kind of things. You never know what you're gonna find out. And
Right.
But it
We-
can be simple stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I if I'm feeling bad, and I know I'm bearing my soul here, but if I know I need a good cry, I'll watch Inside Out from Pixar.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yes.
Onward.
It's a great emotional
very
health
much
movie.
that. And then as small business owners, if I need a pick me up, I watch The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah.
You
That
want
one's
to talk about a
deep.
movie that
that one hit.
a real story of just somebody who started with nothing, lost it all, had less than nothing, and then came out on top. That's
Yeah.
you can't get
That's
any more
hardcore.
encouraging.
That movie is hardcore. Yeah.
So
And
and
I
it's
love
PG-13.
this one. I love this topic.
Yeah.
Also true.
Very true.
And it's
Yeah.
PG-13, Joe. There you go.
Right. Exactly. See, mine is like Forrest Gump all the way. Forrest Gump. It's like my favorite ones to watch the whole time.
That's a great.
That movie pioneered a lot of visual effects
Yes,
with
it
them
did.
throwing him in that old footage and
Right.
syncing it up.
And what was
Oh, Forrest
crazy
Gump?
is some of the things that you didn't know were actually CGI, like Lieutenant Dan's legs were CGI the whole time. And that's what was crazy to me.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Right, exactly. It's so awesome. So awesome.
Oh, Sandy's a little forgot about it.
She's not a movies person. That's okay.
But I think their questions can still apply to you, Sandy. Totally. I don't think they're asking for your favorite movie, but why do you like the movies you like?
right,
Right.
exactly.
I mean,
Any
it could be-
particular movie.
Yes.
Like for mine was actually I do have a favorite movie, Skyfall, the 25th
The James Bond?
It was a 25th anniversary James Bond movie or 50th anniversary. But it was really dumb. Me and my best friend in college went to Premiere Cinemas that had just opened. They had the IMAX, but had not had any new movies come out. But they showed Skyfall like 2 nights before it was supposed to release, and it was a Heineken event. And we actually wore tuxedos and showed up in his '69 Mustang convertible. And everybody else is in like sweats and stuff. I mean, they're like, what is, and people took photos with us. And
That's how
Like-
I go to movie premieres.
yeah, right.
That's awesome, dude.
Dang.
it was just like, it's really
Your
dumb,
own
like, hey,
red
let's do
carpet.
this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'll never forget that movie because it has like the right amount of nostalgia to it, where it talks about the ones that I grew up with, but also it was like a turning point, and so I love it. And it's just also Sam Mendes and Roger Deakins, who just did 1917. It's the same director and DP. So
Nice.
Yeah. cool story.
Crazy.
Guys,
Y'all better just tell us to stop, or we'll keep going.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
want
about to.
Joe's
Yeah.
gonna be the one. He's gonna have to pull the,
Yeah.
the old hook on all of us because
Right.
if yeah,
Guys, you've been
So-
amazing guests. And
don't
so
hang up. Just go hang out in the back. We'll be back
Yeah,
here in a minute.
yeah.
okay?
Just, we're gonna put you in the green room,
Yes.
and
You
we're
agree?
gonna continue this conversation, but we really have to let you guys go and end the show and do what we need to do.
Let
but-
everyone else go to sleep.
Yeah.
Really,
Thanks
Joe,
so
he's
much
got-
for-
he's got edits
yeah.
to do tonight.
Yeah, I do. Thanks so much for bringing your knowledge and your experience and how it is to be brothers working together. That was so cool to hear. So,
There's still so much to learn, guys. We'll have to
yeah.
come back for part 2, though. Okay.
exactly.
We will.
Yeah, definitely.
Anytime you want it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
All right.
because we're gonna
You
hold you to
guys-
it.
We totally are. You guys go down the back. Thanks for coming with us tonight, and really, really awesome time. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. Thanks.
Thank you.
Man, yeah, we had to cut them
wow.
off, man, because we
I didn't have to.
I was so
to.
interested
Yeah.
in everything they were saying. I was like,
Right?
wow.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You know
it's
what,
really
though?
cool.
Oh, I think
Every
I'm
party
cool
needs a
making
party
my TikToks.
pooper.
Mm.
That's why Joe's on the show, because without him, the fun would just keep going.
It would just keep going. Yeah,
And we know
and
how
I
that
can't
goes.
have that.
Oh, Lordy.
I
Yeah.
cannot have that. I
You know, Joe
am.
being the oldest of the group, he's got to put us youngins in check.
Yeah, I'm the other funruiner.com. Yeah, because somebody else in radio has funruiner.com. I'm the
Oh,
other
really?
fun runner.
You
Yeah.
fun sucker.
Yeah, Kelly from the. Okay, Gabs, you didn't have to go there. That's fine.
Ouch. Anyhow, everyone, though, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. I hope y'all had a great time with us. But tomorrow night, we've got Carly coming in, and Carly is our art therapist. I spoke with her tonight, and I'm excited for her to come on and share with us what art therapy is. I'm sure many of you have questions because I got to be honest, I didn't know what it was. I still kind of don't. I told her to hold off because I want to hear it with all of you at the same time.
Right.
And then Thursday night we've got a pretty cool photographer coming on.
We got Jamie. It's going to be the Jamie and Eric show on Thursday, just so y'all know.
I hope he's as stoked about talking about it than I am, because if not, I'm gonna be like, this is a horrible one-way relationship, man. I'm gonna just mute and y'all can talk.
Right.
And I'll be like, this is such a letdown. But just playing. And then come join us for Friday for our
Freaky
Friday True Crime Edition. So see what that's all about. See what we're gonna bring. And then help us
We have to
encourage.
pull an audible.
Yeah. Help us encourage Carrie as she shows up tomorrow night. And then Gabby, thank you
so much,
hanging
Gabby,
out
for
with
helping us.
Yes, thank y'all for having me. I hope I can come back if I'm allowed.
Absolutely.
You're totally loud.
Totally loud. Totally loud.
Okay. So
Yes,
maybe we'll
I
have you
loved
back
it.
on
It was
Friday.
so fun.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe you can join in the fun with the true crime stuff, since Joe and I are kind of lost on the
Yeah.
what to do right now. But hey, it's Tuesday.
It'll,
We got a lot of
be me
time
and
left.
Sandy.
So
We're good.
Carrie, Sandy won't be here.
Yeah.
So all right.
I have her in spirit.
Yeah, you do. And she's on the show. She's going to be watching your back, making sure you're doing good. So,
Yeah.
anyhow, everyone, we love you very much. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Hope you had a great time listening to the Hamil Brothers. And as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds,
You filthy animals.
have a good night, everyone.
Awesome. We need to hurry up and end the show because we got some more questions that we can't let others know what we asked. So sorry for the
I wish I
viewers.
could come back here with us, though. That would be so fun. Sandy might want an whatever. We
Yeah.
might be like, Sandy, you want to come in the back in the
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
show?
Sandy, you can connect if you want.